Hi, here is Tatjana with you for a little recap from the ISU Four Continents Championships. It was such a quick turnaround to Junior World, so took a little bit longer to do this, but Four Continents, looking back at Four Continents, still worth it because it was a very exciting event with some interesting moments. So the pairs started with a surprise that Diana Stellato, Maxime Deschamps, the world champions, were only in fourth place after some errors in the program. They were very disappointed. But then the free program was a different story, not only for them. So it was Riko Miura and Richi Kihara from Japan who put in two strong performances and are the champions of the Four Continents. They recaptured the title. They had won it in 23 and last year they were second, and so this time again on the top of the podium, switching spots with Diana and Max, who came back very strong in the free skating. They had actually the best free skating of the season. They said they had some issues in the free skating before in the season, and now finally they were able to put it together, and that will give them confidence for Worlds. Also Rico and Richie, they had not such a good free program in the Grand Prix final, where they came second, but this time their free was much more solid. And they were also very happy, and for them it was a special moment because 5 years ago the 2020 Four Continents in Seoul, and the same ice rink, they debuted at the Four Continents, and they finished in 8th place, and they said at that time they could not really imagine that one day they will be in the top position, that they will be a top team. It happened very quickly, as we all know, and here they are, and champions again. So congratulations to all of the teams. Bronze medal for Leah Pereira, Trent Michaud. Also for Trent, it was a nice moment as he competed 5 years ago in Seoul with his previous partner off the podium, and this time, he felt a lot of gratitude for being able to come back and with his new partner and do well. And they had really also very strong performances. Even so, poor Leah was sick. There was a kind of gastroenteritis. She already arrived feeling sick and couldn't train on the first day, but wasn't sure if she was able to compete. But then, she was. They did very well, and of course we're also thrilled with their performance and their result. Elikam Danioshia, unfortunately, some errors, so they started so well in the Grand Prix season, and then kind of something happened. I hope they can regain their confidence for the World Championships, which will be at home. Alisa Yefimova, Mila Mitrofanov, the new US champions. Two solid performances, some issues with the solo jumps in the free skating. So Alisa was very mad at herself, but they will make sure, they hope to work very hard for the World Championships, which will be in Boston, where they train. And so, of course, they want to do their very best there. Also, I was happy to see again Anastasia Golubova and Hector Giotopoulos-Moore from Australia. We only saw them at Skate Canada, and then they had to withdraw because poor Anastasia got COVID. And so they were out for the second Grand Prix and also other competitions they had planned. It was their comeback, and they did get season's best scores. So that was a very successful comeback for this young team. And only one fall in the free, and Hector, of course, he was angry at himself, but other than that, I think they can be very proud of themselves and coming back. Maybe mention Yekaterina Tigirov from Uzbekistan. They didn't really want to say what the problem was, but they seemed to have some issues with training, lost some training time, don't know if it was injury, illness or something, personal reasons. I mean, they said personal reasons, so apparently it was something else. They didn't want to go into detail, which is their right, of course. And so they were not yet back at 100%, especially in the free skating. You could see that they were lacking some mileage in practice, but now they have time to get ready for Worlds. Yeah, then of course the men was also quite interesting. Junhwan Cha was the top favorite after his confident victory at the Asian Games. But in the short program, unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. He popped the Salchow, though he was in fourth place. But he really fought back in the free skating, turned in a strong performance, one mistake, one popped jump, one toe, quad toe. But everything else was very nicely done, and it was especially because in the practice, his practice was not very good. He looked very shaky in practice. It was so good to see him coming out and performing as well as it did, especially then in the free skating. That also should be a confidence booster for him. But this time there was no way for him to get past Mikhail Shaidarov, who put out two really, really strong performances. And it's amazing the jumping ability of this young man. He landed now a clean triple axel Euler quad sal. So that combination he was going for before, but it wasn't 100%. He missed it at previous event, or it was not quite clean. So very proud of him. He was very proud of himself, rightfully, for having performed this combination. But it wasn't only this combination; he did everything else. So he really won by a mile with like 20 points. 20 points to spare. First four continents victory for him. First medal also for him. And what made it really special was that 10 years ago, 2015, at this same arena, Dennis Ten, we all remember Dennis Ten from Kazakhstan, he won this event. It was the first time for Kazakhstan to win an ISU championship title. And now, 10 years later, Mikhail Shaidarov continues Dennis' legacy and takes this gold medal. And he was very emotional about that too. And of course he knew and he remembered. And he attended, as a young boy, he attended master classes by Dennis. So there's a real strong connection, and it was it was a special moment to see him winning at this event. Another, all the men, there was all these stories. So the 10 years after for Mikhail, and a strong comeback from Junhwan after the short program, the lots of pressure he was under. And then the third, the bronze medal, also a great story with Jimmy Ma. He's 29 years old, American skater, and then he never won an ISU championship medal. He never won a medal at a major event, even not at Grand Prix. And for him to come out, put out two solid performances, and get this medal was really also a highlight of the championship. Also stay tuned for our interview with Jimmy coming up on this channel soon. Kazuki Tomono from Japan, not quite at his best, a little bit out of control, as he said. So he was not able to deliver what he is capable of at this event. For him it was also the last event of the season, because he's not going to Worlds. Kawamura, not 100% still with his injury problems, but they said for these Japanese men it was still important to come here, even so they were not maybe at 100%, because it's about gaining world ranking, standing, and experience, gearing up for the Olympic year. Kemnen Pulkkinen, had not a good short program. Was better in the free, but also he had a back injury that hampered him. So, that was actually for the first time for the first time in 9 years that there was no Japanese man on the podium. The ice dance event was the expected duel between Piper Gillis, Paul Poirier, the defending champions, and Mason Chalk, Evan Bates, the world champions that missed the four continents last year because of illness. So this time they were back. They both teams skated really well, and it was so close between them. So that really keeps us all on our toes for what's happening next at the World Championships, because it can go either way. Also, it was so nice, these teams talking about each other in a very respectful way, and they've been competing against each other for such a long time, and looking back at that, and it's a great rivalry. And what Evan said so nicely was they push each other to get better. They help them, Piper and Paul help them to improve. And that's exactly the way you should see this rivalry. Evan also, he celebrated his 36th birthday on the gala day and had a little birthday party then afterwards. So it was really, I hope he enjoyed his birthday at the Four Continents. Marjorie Ladja Zachary Lager were also back to this event, missing it last year because Marjorie had her concussion, she was recovering from. But now all good. They had a very strong rhythm dance. Unfortunately, she wobbled on the twizzle and the free dance, so she was very angry at herself for that. But nevertheless, they recaptured that bronze medal they had won in 23. Christina Carrera, Anthony Ponomarenko also keep building good performances of the Carmen new dress. And then Emilia Zingas, Vadim Kolesnik, for them it was their last competition of the season. They are alternates for Worlds. They are very ambitious. Of course, they always want to do better, but I think they can also be happy with what they delivered at these championships. The best non-North American team were the Koreans, Hannah Lim and Ye Chuan. They had I really like the Corella program. It's fun to watch the free dance, and for Ye it was the first time to compete as a Korean national because he was naturalized in December, so congratulations to him. Now they are eligible for the Olympic Games, and of course, like everybody else, will try to fight for an Olympic spot at the World Championships. Then the ladies were the last ones to compete on Sunday. They finished the event, and Chaeyoung Kim came out of top. She was really strong all week. Her practice is so solid, so consistent, and then her performances also very consistent. And a very well-deserved strong victory, also with almost with 18 points to spare. And her first Four Continents title, the first Korean to win this event on home soil. Also something, a nice line maybe for the Koreans, inspiring for the Korean skaters. And after she is really gaining momentum, she won the Asian Winter Games, and now she won this one, heading into Worlds as a top medal contender now. She said she's getting, she's learning to deal with her nerves, and that helps her to be more consistent. You can really see it, and also I really like her short program. It's so cool with the Tron legacy and that black costume she wears. So something, and actually her costumes are all designed by her mom. Brady Tennell is another comeback story. And 5 years ago in Seoul at this rink, Brady won the bronze medal. And then after that, so many things happened. Unfortunately, bad things for her, injuries, and she was out, she couldn't compete. She broke her ankle, and she tried to come back, and then another throwback. And also, even this season has been rough for her. And now she came out and she delivered two strong performances to get that silver medal this time, her highest finish at an ICU championship so far. It was also very touching and happy for her. That it was very touching to see, and I was very happy for her that she was able to prove everybody that she is not done, that she is still there, that she can do it. a very motivating moment for her, as she also said. Sarah Everhart is really her breakthrough season. She's a newcomer on the senior level, and she did very well in the Grand Prix. She did not get a medal, but she turned in 2 strong performances always. And as somebody pointed out, she never fell in any competition in this season, and there was no exception at the 4 continents. 2 excellent performances that brought her to the 3rd place. So she wins in her debut at the ISU 4 Continents Championships. She wins the bronze medal. Alyssa Liu, so the Americans went 2, 3, and 4. Alyssa Liu, also good performances. She popped the salto in the free. Hopefully this will give her some experience also for the World Championships at home in Boston, because she's going, and Brady and Sarah are not. Very little, but it is the way that the World team was decided before the 4 continents, so that the result didn't have any influence. Wakaba Higuchi, for her it was also an important event to get ready to prepare for Worlds, but some ups and downs. She fell on the first lots, but in the free program, but she was able then to pull herself together and also switch her combination, so she put out a good fight. That hopefully will help her to build confidence. Mone Chiba, and she was the defending champion, and she did well this season. She was 2nd in the Grand Prix final. She was 2nd here in the short program. But then unfortunately she also was affected by that stomach flu that was going around. Some people got it. And she fell sick the night before the free skating, so she didn't go to the practice in the morning, but she decided to compete. So obviously she was not at her best, but she was very gutsy. She tried to go out and do it, because also for her was important with regards of the World Championship to get world ranking points. Sofia Samodelkina, I should mention, was her debut at the 4 continents. She is a former Russian skater that her mother was born in Kazakhstan, so now she represents Kazakhstan since this season. She's really, when she was a Russian junior, she had quads and triple axel and that stuff, but obviously now she's a young woman, and but she is doing very well. She was giving consistent performances, for her she get one step closer, of course, to the dream to qualify for the Olympic Games. And she celebrated her 18th birthday just before the championships, on the arrival day, and she told us, and in the mix zone she had a cake she got a cake and even had a piece of cake. She said it was a long time ago she didn't have a piece of cake. Now she shared the cake with her teammates and was could be very happy leaving from the Seoul with her 7th place and very good results. Hein Lee, a little shaky, but this was only her first competition after the ban, this controversial ban she had for disciplinary reasons. But she was still 2nd best Korean skater, and she has qualified for Worlds before that. Hopefully she can get some experience from that after missing the first events, the other competitions, international competitions this season. She only started to compete in the fall then at the Korean national ranking competition. So that was it. The 4 continents are in the books. Another interesting event. This event, still not in all disciplines. We see all the top skaters this year. Kaori Sakamoto didn't come. Yuma Kageyama didn't come. Ilya Malinin didn't come again because Yuma and Kaori, they went to the Asian Games. I guess that was a factor. Ilya was doing art on ice. Also understandable that he wants to do some shows. But for continents, nevertheless, they are an important event for the rest of the countries outside Europe, and it's great that they are continuing, and looking forward to the next 4 continents. Bye bye.